I'm creating a port of the classic game Dungeons of Daggorath from 1982 using Unity, and I thought I'd create a video just kind of showing how far I am, maybe make a series of videos as I progress through the development. It's pretty far along now. I have a lot that I can show, so I guess I'll go ahead and do that. So let's pop into Unity, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of run through it and show what's in there and what isn't so far. So I have the intro, I have all the font is in there, all the vector graphics are in there. This is the demo, which I don't have the commands yet. There's actually a player there with the correct items in the correct dungeon, but I don't have them actually doing anything yet. So I'm going to hit a key just to get into start a new game. So I have the heartbeat. I have examine. I actually have almost all the commands, and the parser works like the original game where you can just type a single letter, or you can type the whole thing, or any portion of the word that distinguishes it from any other word. I couldn't understand how the original parser worked in assembler. I don't know how he did that, but so I just created my own. It seems to behave the same way though. So when we start out, we just have a pine torch and a wooden sword. So we're going to say pull left torch, use left, and pull right sword. So we have all the vector graphics. I have the torch light seems to be working correctly. Pine torch, you can't see very much. You can only see like a little bit ahead of you. This is a secret door, but you can't see that because you don't have any magic light. That's a wall. So you can walk right through it. It looks like you're walking through a wall. So I have the creatures in there, but they don't do anything yet. That's the one big thing I have left is they don't attack, they don't move, they don't make noise. They are all in the original dungeon. They are all in the positions they're supposed to be in. They all hold the items they're supposed to hold. And combat does actually work. So if the spider can be killed with one shot with a wooden sword, even right in the very beginning. Your heartbeat works correctly. You can see a creature around the corner there. That's implemented. Turning works. Turn around. You can move sideways. You can move back. Of course, there's a wall here, but and when you move, it does the same effect of when you're moving. And so it also detects or figures out whether or not you hit the creature. So I might miss sometimes. Well, maybe not. Alright, well I got lucky. But usually you're going to hit something unless it's a lot more powerful. I thought maybe the stone giant would be kind of powerful for where I'm at right now that I might miss, but so he dropped a torch like he does in the original game. If I try to reveal it, I'm not powerful enough yet. And you can see, maybe you can see down here in the bottom, the parser at work. I still have some debugging messages there, so I can tell what commands are understood and what aren't. So I'm going to say stow left, put it in my backpack, and there it is. And there's a spider. You couldn't see him from this far away with a pine torch because he's too small and the torch is not very good. This is another secret door. And there's two snakes here. Takes 3 shots to kill one at this stage with this level of power, just like the original game. This one should have a shield, I believe. Oh no, it's got a sword. Never mind. So this I should be able to reveal. And it's a wooden sword, which I don't need. Go back through that secret door. So I've been playtesting it a little bit, so I know where everything is at this point. There's another creature around the corner. So all the sounds are in. You can see my heartbeat's going up. If I move a lot, you'll see it actually starts getting pretty fast. Oops. I don't have fainting or dying yet. So no matter how fast I go, I still won't faint or die. Whenever you swing a weapon, depending on how powerful it is, your heart rate goes up whenever you move. I didn't realize this, but apparently items have weight. So the more items you have when you're running around, the faster your heartbeat will go up. So I think if I keep going down this way, we can see the second level. There we go. So the ladders are there. You can move between levels. And it does the switch between white on black and black on white, depending on what level you're on. There's a second level stone giant with an axe. I'll miss against him, that's for sure. Yeah, so I missed once there. And to kill him with a wooden sword with as little power as I have would really take a long time, so I'm not going to bother doing that. You can also see here in the examine that it says creature on the top whenever there's a creature there. Let's see, is there anything else I guess I can show? So the mazes are all the same. This is the original first level, second level, third, fourth, and fifth. I still need to add details to the maps, like where you are and where I think the original showed where you can climb down, like the holes. And if you have a see or scroll, you can see the creatures. I still have to implement all that, although I do have the mazes created and the ability to draw at least all the passages and walls. Let's see, is there anything else I can show? So we have pretty much all the functionality is there, except I have to make the creatures do things. Let me see what else I got on my list. I have to do saving and loading the game. Fainting and dying would probably be a good thing to do. Creatures moving and attacking, the additional details in the maps. I do have the torches burning down, so after 15 minutes a pine torch will be essentially completely black. After 10 minutes it'll say dead torch and you won't be able to see very well. And I have to restart the dungeon correctly, but there's a lot here. I guess I'll just give you a little bit of a tour on what's here. So I did all the code in C#, and I think I did a pretty good job commenting throughout and making it pretty easy to read. I'll probably release the source code at some point. The original was in assembler, which is pretty hard to read. I did find somebody took the ROM for the game and they decompiled it essentially and created assembler from it, and then they went through and they commented it. So that's been a help. I've been trying to get the original assembler code from the original developer, and I got in touch with somebody who's associated with them, but I haven't actually been able to obtain it yet. It only exists in hard copy. But the commented assembler that somebody decompiled from ROM was very useful. And also there's a C++ version out there that I also use that helps. I actually contributed to it back in 2006 a little bit, created random maps and shield fix, because there's actually a bug in the original game with leather shields and bronze shields where they give you magic protection instead of physical protection, which certainly doesn't make sense for the kinds of creatures that you're facing. It certainly looks like a bug. So let's see. So yeah, I have all the... Oh, I turned off the game so you can't actually see these. Let me just show you a little bit of this. So I have all the mazes, all the creatures on each maze. They each carry what they are supposed to from the original game. And the way I did the screen, I'd never done anything in pixels before in Unity, but you can take a texture and I essentially just kind of changed the pixels of the texture So it's the same dimensions as the original screen, and I just changed the pixels on it. For the heartbeat, I actually did something a little different because I didn't want to refresh the entire screen every time. I just have a heart that hides or displays one on top of the other. All right, I think that's enough for now. So I've been working on it during my weekends. This isn't a full-time thing for me, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it when I'm done. I'll probably create releases for Mac, Windows, Linux, I guess. Unity makes it pretty easy to do that stuff, and most likely a web version as well. Probably not for mobile. You can't really use a keyboard fast enough on mobile, so it probably doesn't make a lot of sense unless I put in some other special commands. And I don't know that Apple would approve it anyway because I don't own Dungeons of Daggorath. But we'll see. I'll probably post another video next week. Thanks.